Well, hello, folks. How we doing? It's 9:22. That's funny. P.M. Tuesday. Good boy, Herc. That's right. Dad's going to get a little bit loud on this one. Tuesday, February 16th. 22 is understanding. 9, it means like elder. It's like me, the old fart. Good boy, Herky. Oh, you shouldn't say that about yourself. People don't give a damn about that crap. You know it. So what's Jay pissed about now? Yeah, I'm pissed as hell. Um, every time things seem to be going good, there's always something that turns to crap as far as me getting the hell out of here, okay? Um, things are still good right now, but I had an issue today with the two lilies. It's handled, but it just proves they don't have what it takes to run things. And that makes me doubt if they can get me the hell out of here, which doesn't matter. I can, okay? So anyway, while I'm really pissed and I was driving home, I said, people don't even understand the crap that they really have gone through in previous lives. Let me tell you about a life that I had that I remember pretty damn well, okay? This is one advantage of actually talking to me. I can remember all kinds of crap. For me, for you, for anyone. I want to tell you what it's like to be a slave, to be a free man in Africa, running around having a good time, and the next thing you know, you wake up in chains and you're on a boat as a slave. That's what it's like to be black. Okay? This is my 220,000th life on this planet. Sylvia Brown used to say, oh my gosh, and I love her, okay? I'm just saying. She used to say, oh my gosh, you're an old soul. You've had 52 lives. All she could see is lives on this planet. The earth is young, folks. There's literally civilizations out there, beings that have been around for well over 1 trillion years, okay? Bada boom, bada bing. Sortern. Yes, I had a couple glasses of wine before this. I didn't want to go out, and two parts of Lily were asking me to please go to hell out and try and calm down. I should have been here with Herky. It's only gone a couple hours. It doesn't matter. Anyway. I want to tell you what it's like. No one, when I talk about numerology, I always talk about the elder's number, not the master's number. If you have a master, you have a slave. You want to talk master, that's your problem. You don't have enough memories of what it's like to be a slave, or maybe you never were one. In case you weren't, let me fill you in on it. I want to tell you what it's like. What it's like on a ship, what everyone went through, the disgusting situation. There's a price that comes with being totally aware of what's going on. And when you're supposed to be protecting everything and you've never been able to, as a matter of fact, you're waiting to get the hell out of your damn body so you can, yeah, it gets you a little pissed off. So let me tell you how this happened. Somewhere, Western Africa, it's right where that orange dot is. If you look at Africa, there's a big part up top that goes out to the left, and it's down. It's only down a little ways on the west coast. We had some kind of festival. The rites of it was literally bringing in food. The change of the seasons is harvest. Thankful for the rains that had given us food. It's a celebration of life. It was a time when the youngest of men had become elders. We always had a big celebration. I was big. I was the biggest man in the tribe. So we all had a good time, but we didn't know. What we didn't know is that the chief, who was a 27% negative soul, had already talked with some other folks from another country and set this up. So we had a big celebration. Everyone's getting a little groggy. We had a special drink that we made that was definitely intoxicating, okay? But there was drugs put in it by the quote-unquote witch doctor, whatever. Shaman, medicine man. He was a schmuck. He was 37% negative soul. So anyway, he gave everybody that was going to be sold as a slave the whammy bammy. Put something in the drink. Those people that were going to be kept, they got knocked out too, but they were literally pulled into a separate building. And everyone else was dragged off, physically dragged off, unconscious. It was about 2 o'clock, midday to 2 o'clock, we started waking up the next day. We were on a ship. We were on a ship on the way to America. It was a Dutch ship. There were Dutchmen there. They had us out on the deck. It was hot as hell. A lot of us were puking from what they gave us. It was kind of a poison that they put in there, and it does make your stomach sick. And the people who bought us from our chief, they were made aware of it. The chief that was left with the medicine man, he picked out his own woman that he wanted to keep, and he had a lot of the young men, and some of the women too, children. So he was going to start his new tribe. So anyway, we started coming alive a little bit. Needless to say, yeah, I got a little pissed off. I started raising hell immediately. I didn't know what the hell I was doing in chains. I didn't know what the hell everyone else was doing in chains. I didn't know what the hell I was doing on a ship. It scared the crap out of me at first. And then I was pissed. I kept pulling on those chains, just kept going at it until I was bleeding. I started fighting with them. They were punching me, beating the hell out of me with clubs. Then they started whipping me. It got to be, a continually daily ritual. But for a while, it was more than day. It was more than just daily. I remember them. They didn't feed me crap. They kept me weak. They kept tossing me, throwing me down the steps into the. They kept all of us underneath the floor of the ship, down in the belly of the ship. Oh, let me tell you something. When we took off, once we first went down there, the water was this deep. By the time we got to America, it was this deep. Let me ask you something. Do you think they let us go up the steps to go to the bathroom? No, I don't think so. Dysentery, you have no idea. You have no idea how sick everyone was. The fracking idiots, they would have got a lot more money for us when we got to Virginia Beach and they sold us as slaves. They would have got a lot more money if they would have been smart about it. So anyway, it got to the point, I kept fighting, but I was so weak, I couldn't even stand. And they literally pulled me up the steps. The steps going down to the ship like this, it was almost straight down. They get me up the steps, they just lay me down, and then they take the whip. I had like 4 to 7, it depends on which one, 4 to 7 long pieces of leather attached to the end of a stick. They would hold it in the salt water. As we're sailing along, they just dip it in the salt water. And they would get it just coated with salt. Okay? And then they'd whip me with it. Now it hurt more. But what the idiots didn't know, that it actually helped me the way if they're going to whip me, at least the salt water actually helped. And then they'd literally take me to the corner and just drop me down into the hull of the ship. And then some of the female slaves down there, they'd literally just do what they could to help me. My back was all broken out, disgusting, and everything else. I remember the smell of the seaweed, the barnacles growing on there. The smell of the seaweed is nasty. Uh, if you could ever go back and remember it, you never forget it. Just mold, nasty, dark down there. I mean, it was dark. No windows. Fighting, all kinds of stupid shit going on. The way we were treated, well, it's totally inhuman, but so is everything else most humans do anyway. When we finally got to Virginia Beach, they literally had to drag me. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even pick up a leg. They tried to drag me up to the it's like a slightly raised deck. It wasn't slightly, actually. It's about 4 foot tall. Um, couldn't even get me up the steps on there, and the guy, the auctioneer, just said, take him in the back, or rid of him. And he was literally cussing out the Dutch for wasting something that was so big and so strong and would have brought so much money. And then they shot me twice with some kind of, like a musket gun kind of thing. It was a weird looking thing. Some kind of shotgun like. And then they went at me with an axe. Taking their frustrations out on me. That's funny. They weren't the ones that were ripped out of their house, along with all the tribe members that he'd been protecting. The horrors, the people crying, the kids so afraid, not knowing what's going to happen while they're down in the belly of that ship. And the arrogance of the scum up there, the Dutch. They were walking the deck, so proud of them being overlords. Oh, it's amazing. As you're all awakened, you need to take some time to look at past lives. It helps. It helps you with a piece of history that you never find in any of these stupid damn books. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I didn't bring them up. I've got both books out for sale, but I grabbed a few. Had them printed out and sent down here so I could autograph a few, take them, send them off. But I'll be hitting the hay in a minute. Just had a frustrating day, and that was popping through my head, and I got really pissed. We were sold out. People, arrogance, ignorance, abuse, it's everywhere in every color, in every shape, size, and form, in every job description, every type of employee, employer. It's everywhere. You have your good and your bad. At first, it was the smell of the seaweed, that nasty algae smell, and the barnacles and stuff actually had a smell to them. Because it was on the outside of the ship, and there was the water inside the ship. Literally, it would go through the wood, and you'd have it on the inside of the ship. But then, from not being able to go to the bathroom anywhere except in the water, you have no idea what it's like to live there. And when you cross the Atlantic, it wasn't done in 7 hours, folks. It's not like flying a plane. But to wake up and haven't lost your freedom because your worthless chief sold you out? That's not how everyone was made a slave, but you know what? I remember that one. Anyway, I just want to share that with you. The things that we've done to each other is incredibly horrific sometimes. And it's so nice when you see people reaching out to help each other. Hell, makes me want to sit there and cry, man. It's awesome. Fracking awesome. Heart. Strongest power there is. Abuse. It's being destroyed. It's about time. Anyway, so much for Jay Rants tonight. Oh, excuse me, folks. I'm tired. Herc and I gotta hit it. I love you, old man. Take care. I just thought it might be pretty funny if a New York redneck in overalls told you what it's like to be a black slave. I've been a slave more than anything else in all the bodies and all the planets. It's why in numerology I say the elder's number, not the master's number. If you have a master,